Hello, live chatters. This is Douglas Bloch. It is Sunday, the 29th of November, uh, 2020. Only one more day until December. Where did the time go? Or as what's her name said, Judy Collins, who knows where the time went or goes? Or anyway, and here's Jason Clulo, our wonderful, funny friend from Great Britain or the UK. Hello from Silicon Valley. Zolch CCH, Brian, Odell, haven't seen you before. VC, yes, I have. Marina Blackyard, you made it this week. Yay, Marina. Hey, look, I got Ramon Maharshi over my, there it is, left shoulder, right? Thales from Argentina, Brazil. Thales from Brazil, and Steve from Oklahoma. Rachel, don't know where you're from. Taco Platter from Canada. Candies, don't know who you are. The Super Strain, hey. Robin, probably from Germany. Jason, of course, from Great Britain. Thales, Brazil. I said Brazil, Thales. I corrected myself. Canada, Sandy, nice to see you. Hopefully, Robert Jenkins will be joining us. I talked to him during the week. He's doing a lot better. Any videos in paranoia? I'm too afraid to make them. That was a good joke. However, I was looking for books in paranoia in the library. I spoke to the clerk, where can I find them? She said, right behind you. Another good joke. New Jersey, the armpit of America, we called it when we were growing up. Actually, the New Jersey Turnpike was made famous by Paul Simon. And by the way, I like New Jersey. A lot of my buddies in college came from there. So, Danny Olson, what about me? I am from where? I have no idea. KIC Valley, of course, has to come. And I have news. One of the live chatters is calling in sick. One of the live chatters is calling in sick. Who is it? If anybody can tell me who's sick, you get a free copy of this chart. Of course, the problem is, how can anybody know? And one question, I can't find the answer. Why does the mind actually chatter? What is the purpose, evolutionarily speaking? Yes, the mind is like a drunken monkey. Its goal is to think, and I don't know why, except if we didn't have a rational mind, we would be down in the swamps. So, hey, Grants Pass, come right up I-5 Turnpike. Let's say hello. Texas Angel, I love your name. Laura from Australia, isn't it like 5 a.m. there or something? Anyway, so I hope that answers your question. So, the person who's sick is, and wants our prayers is, I forgot her name. No, it can't be possible. Sylvia? Where's my phone? Shirley, forgot her last name, but Shirley from Florida is not feeling well. I'm doing good since my hospitalization. I am very good, to be honest. I have been keeping the thoughts at bay. I'm not taking any thoughts seriously. The medications help, but so does the willpower to keep on going. That's great. Aren't you on 80 milligrams of Prozac, which is a really high dose, but it's very good for anxiety and OCD? Well, see, let's give a cheer for Robert Jenkins. It just goes to show, by the way, thank you for your $20. If you just keep on trucking, if you don't give up, I mean, it took 2 hospitalizations, but maybe this thing has turned around. We must never give up. If I had been given up, I would have been dead a long time ago. Speaking of which, it's now been 1 week since my new website has been launched, and if I can find it, survivingsuicidalpain.com. Please visit if you haven't already. Its goal is to give people hope and save lives, just like this channel. Susan Jones, nice to see you from Virginia. Website is good. Thank you, everybody. You've gone there. Okay, there's 1 thumbs up. Now, another important announcement. Because I love you guys so much, I'm going to do something special for you, except I can't find what I'm going to show you. Oh, well. Oh, here, I can grab it. All right. Elie Wiesel, survivor of concentration camp, said, anyone who survives a test is obliged to tell his story. I will say that again. Anybody who survives a test is obliged to tell his story. Well, of course, he had a story to tell about the way he survived the concentration camps. My story is how I survived a life-threatening clinical depression in 1996-97. And so I wrote a book about it, about my life. It's called When Going Through Hell Don't Stop, A Survivor's Guide to Overcoming Anxiety and Clinical Depression. This book has been out here for 22 years. And now, thanks to KIC Bailey in Texas, Brownsville, Texas, uh, this book has been made into an audiobook. It's now been submitted to audible.com to be maybe published in January and February, but I have a special treat for you guys. I'm going to start serializing it. Yes, just like the old Flash Gordon and episodes of when I was growing up, or Indiana Jones and all those things. Sherlock Holmes was serialized. Starting this Saturday, you're going to hear one section a week for 16 weeks. I'm breaking this story into 16 parts. There's an amazing man named, he's so amazing, I forgot his name. No, I know his name is Tobias, and Australian, he read the story. I've played it for a couple of you guys, and he's going to basically be narrating it, and it's going to be online for free for a limited period of time until the book comes out, and then you guys can get the book on Audible or your iPhone or whatever. So anyway, When Going Through Hell Don't Stop is being serialized starting next Saturday, December 5th. Write that on your calendars. All right, I'm happy to bring you together. The Power of Now. Yes, of course I've read it. It's a classic. Thank you, Taco Platter. You love it. Good to see you, Texas Angel. 100 milligrams of Zoloft. Feeling better? That's a good medication for many people. If you can make it, I can make it, and the other way around. Oh yes, the other thing is I've been collecting your email addresses in a special, thank you for the £5 donation, Jason. I have been collecting your email addresses for a live chatter ongoing support group when we're not meeting. And if anybody wants to have their email address put on the list, go ahead and type it in right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send out a letter to everybody individually, making sure I have permission to put you on the list. And I'm going to send out a group email so you guys can stay in touch all throughout the week and not just depend upon my wonderful service here on Sunday, my spiritual service, my Savior service. No, I'm joking. Anyway, you can connect with each other while in between our little church service here or our mental health service. At any rate, please do that. And speaking of which, I do have the email address of Madeline Roy. You know who she is. She's been the person from Florida who's my age, and has been in recovery for 58, 59 days from alcoholism. She has dropped off the face of the earth. I'm going to reach out to her. Does anybody have Madeline's email address? Has anyone tried to reach out to her? I'm a little concerned, as we say in the world of depression, when people drop out of sight, oftentimes they're having a difficult time. They isolate. So anybody, Pennsylvania, good for you. Hope for Thin 65. I love these guys' names. They're so creative. Anybody, another Pennsylvanian. And so, if any, Wisconsin, all right. Danielson, I love Wisconsin. I lived in Madison. So, if anybody has been in touch with Madeline Roy, please let me know. I'm going to reach out to her. And there is Ann C. showing her email address. It is annc9366@gmail.com. And I think I already have you on the list, but I'll double check. And I will take a screenshot of this. 1, 2, 3. I think it's... Here we go. All right, so any questions about mental health? That's what we're here to do. We are here to educate, to teach, and also, most important, to have you guys support each other. By the way, it is 48 degrees and beautiful in Portland. You know where I'm headed after this. On my bike. And also, we have beautiful weather Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now, big news in terms of physical health. It seems like COVID cases are spiking in the United States and in Great Britain, probably all around the world. What do you think about that? You have the email? Well, send it to me. I think I have it also, but go ahead and send it, or you can reach out to her yourself. But anyway, what about this coronavirus? Is anybody being affected adversely? Are you fearful that you're going to get it? Have you become more paranoid? Are you being more depressed about it? And most importantly, are you taking care of yourself? Social distancing, wearing masks, getting enough sleep, and doing all the self-care things we talk about in this chart. And Hey Moana just gave her email address. I wonder, and so to Lijla, Hey Moana, you don't have to say your real name, but anyway. Okay, we're doing a screenshot of that. And what else? There's somebody else who gave their words. Oh, Inspiring Words is here. Cool. from the UK. We support your work, Douglas, from the UK. Well, thank you, Ravade. I appreciate it. I'm looking for the email that was just up there. Thales, okay, great. You guys are doing great. Giving your email addresses. We're going to have a nice list. All you guys are going to be talking to each other in between sessions, and that will give you more and more. Hey, Beth Miller, nice to hear from you. Okay. And there's ENY. I don't know if it's your real name, but that's got to be your live chat name anyway. Okay, cool. Hey, Beth, you want to be on the email list? And what about you, Inspiring Words? davidlim@gmail.com. We're going to have about 30 people on this list pretty soon. Again, this is for your benefit. Be sure to like the video. Thank you. Thumbs up gets people here. We've had a little bit of a drop in viewership, but you know, things go up, things go down. I had a serious silent stroke 11 weeks ago, hope for things 65, which was caused me a great clinical depression because it's permanent. Can I also be helped? Of course you can. Now, my wife, Joan, had a silent stroke, and so did actually my best friend, Stuart, at the age of 66, had a silent stroke, and he's completely better. So I don't know what you mean by it's permanent. Have you been to a cardiologist? And how old are you? But I would definitely refer to your doctor for any prognosis. But people have heart attacks and strokes all the time, and but maybe you had some brain cells. I don't know. But even, you know, there's a book called The Brain That Changes Itself. They've shown that even, oh my God, this is amazing. In this book by a very reputable doctor named Norman Deutsch, right here, they show that even when people have strokes and parts of the brain die, other parts that are still alive can basically pick it up. There's his name, Norman Deutsch. The Brain That Changes Itself is the name of the book. A landmark book, seriously. So this is a book that gives us all hope, because even when our brain is partially damaged by a stroke or some other physical thing, other parts of the brain can pick up the slack. So you definitely should talk to your doctor, hope for thing. Ask him if he's heard about this book. You definitely should read it. And you know, the body is tremendously resilient. What can I tell you? And so is the psyche. You know, take it from me. I've been had 5 breakdowns now, and I'm still kicking. So there you have it. Okay, Texas Angel, no coffee, late arrival, Tony Issue. Simon, do you want to be on the email list? You're 55. Well, you're still a very young person. See, I'm 71, so 55 looks like it, you know, being in preschool. Does anyone else cope with PTSD? Thoughts and feelings when you wake up in the morning? Harry Morgan, yes, I do. Many people do. Your cortisol shoots up in the morning, and that's why people's anxiety is often higher. Peace and love to all, says Paul Tiedemann. Your body and mind want to get better. You're right. We have something called the healing system within us. Super strain. I'm feeling hopeless, scared, desperate. At the same time, I feel like I'm going into the right direction with my therapy. Anyone else with these mixed states of emotions? When you go into therapy and you go into some deep stuff, that's very common. Of course, you know, consult with your therapist. He or she is the expert. I have been feeling anxious the whole evening and having tips breathing, says FBDW. Any tips? Well, pace breathing is good. If you can deal with exercise, that burns up the agitating chemicals. Putting your face in cold water. If you email me, I did a workshop. It took me a long time to get it together, where I have 85 pages of what to do with crippling anxiety. Here we are. DouglasBloch@gmail.com. Send me an email and I will send you that for free, that 85-page slideshow. By the way, what do you guys think who haven't been here about the new color of my room? Isn't it awesome? Isn't yellow cheerful, especially for someone who has depressive symptoms like I do? Anyway, yellow is cheerful. Put yourself around yellow. But yeah, there's lots of things you can do for anxiety. And hopefully if you're working with a therapist, you can basically get some tips from him or her. Yes, forgiveness is hard. Hey, Moana. Absolutely true, but it can be done. It can be worked on. Texas Angel, I have chronic illness and don't work. Initially, I was fearful of getting COVID, but now I do what I can to keep safe and live my life. Well, good for you, Texas Angel. You're taking charge of your life. All the Bright Places. I don't know if you remember me, but last year I watched this live stream every week. Of course I remember that name. How can you forget? I'm feeling so much better, but winter's always such a tough time. Well, get outside, use a light box. That really helps for seasonal affective disorder. And, winter is tough. My favorite season being, a long-term depressive is the summer, of course. Well, what's going on with the joke world? I haven't heard one joke. We're 20 minutes or 18 minutes into the show. Your live chat show. What is this? Why did the Indian have a hard time getting into the hotel? This is I don't want to tell this one. Lady, this vacuum cleaner will cut your work in half. Great, I'll take 2 of them. Why did the banker Why did the banker break up with his girlfriend? Well, he lost interest. And of course, what did the thesaurus have for breakfast? Synonym buns. Ooh, that's good. Synonym buns for breakfast. Okay. Anybody else have a good joke? Jason, we're depending on you. And by the way, how many people are watching right now? Can someone tell me? I think LMAO means laugh my something off. I agree about yell. I moved into a new apartment with all gray words. I'm adding yell wherever I can. Well, good for you, Junie Mom. Got all these new people here. Roxanne, Dara, 99 people. We're only 20 minutes into it. God, there's a lot of depressed people out there. Let's hit 100. Can you talk about the increased anxiety when taking SSRIs for the first time? Yes, absolutely. That can be a very serious thing. For some people like myself, you can develop something called akathisia, which is this ongoing agitation, which is really tough. Other times the anxiety kind of goes away on its own, especially if you just hang in there. So this is an educational show. We are giving you education and ideas, but not medical advice and not diagnosis. So where does the person go when they're having anxiety after taking an SSRI? They go directly to their prescriber, which is what you should do. But he or she will tell you that anxiety on the first dose of SSRIs is common. And, oftentimes people just ride it through and it goes away, or they take some Klonopin. Anyway, you guys come up with a game plan. But yes, that happens. Talk to your prescriber. There is a way around it. Worst case scenario, you try a different medication. So anything I say, anything we do, we defer to your therapist, your prescriber, your mental health professional. Kelly Burns from the UK. Wow, do you want to be on the list? Morning anxiety is more normal than you think. The body is trying to wake up, but it puts adrenaline in the bloodstream. Absolutely, Kelly. We talked about it. Cortisol in the bloodstream in the morning. Absolutely. According to my screen, we have 105 people watching. That would be cool. And we could always use a couple more donations. Someone just read my mind. Is that Given Randy? Yes, it is. Congrats on your website. It looks nice. Thank you, Given. If anybody is feeling desperate, by the way, I am going to add to the website, but if anybody is feeling desperate or hopeless, please refer them there. It's interesting. A good friend of mine just talked about an article that appeared in today's Oregonian about guns and suicide. There's a big article in the New York Times saying that actually gun owners and mental health professionals are building an alliance. Why? Because gun owners realize that they now know, they didn't realize at first, that guns are used more for suicide than homicide. In other words, if you are a gun owner, you've just increased your chances greatly that you're going to die by suicide, meaning because it's so available and so easy. So you have to do things like put locks on them, give them to your neighbors when you're feeling desperate and hopeless. So it's a big problem. Ireland, oh, I love it. Look at that. You're new here. I love your 4-leaf clover. Who else? Was Kerry Parker from Ireland? Who else was from Ireland? I think, what's his name? Peter Shields. Well, duh. Beth Miller, nice to see you. What about guns? Yeah. What is the name of the new website, please? Thank you. Eliza Hopkins. Love that name. It is the name of the website. I don't know if you can click on it. Here, I'll put the entire URL. It is called Surviving Suicidal Pain. There it is. www.survivingsuicidalpain.com. Hope I typed it right. Hey, from Seattle. Son Ismail Kroners from Denmark. How are you and your kids doing? Pranay Sinha. Hey, Douglas. I've been suffering from anxiety and depression for 6 years. Well, join the club, but listening to you made me come to it finally. And now I have got rid of it for the past 2 years. Well, I'm glad my words were helpful. Cool. And speaking of the angel, Padar Shields just showed up. A great contributor to the live chat. Thank you, but I just don't want to take this anymore. I can't take the pain. It's like a living hell. Nirvana 1010, it is a living hell. Hey, Nirvana, guess what? I got news for you. Can I give you some advice based on my own experience? When going through hell, don't stop. You can't see my face, but I'm tearing up right now because I almost didn't make it. This book shows how I made it, and it's going to be put up on YouTube for free starting on Saturday, a serialized one chapter per week about how I made it through. So, Anthony Nelson, of course, better late than never. That's what I told my physics professor. Anyway, Nirvana, yes, you have to keep going however way you can. Reach out for support, prayer, and there is a number I will give yourself. I'll give all of you, which I've done before. It's called Silent Unity. 1-816-969-2000. Prayer service almost 24 hours a day, like 20 hours a day. But they will hold you in their light for 30 days at no charge. It's a beautiful, beautiful service, and it always seems to help people out when they're going through hard times. So, the person who's feeling like they can't take it anymore, 1-816-969-2000. And still waiting for a joke. Texas Angel says, I'm working on healing my multiple chemical sensitivity with Annie Hopper's neuroplasticity program. Wow, a good friend of mine is doing the same thing. It helps other conditions too. Can you send me an email about that, Texas Angel? Okay, so where are my addresses here? It's douglasblog@gmail.com. Here we are. Let's put them in reach. How's that? Here's my hot chocolate. douglasblog@gmail.com is how to get a hold of me. And if you ever want to be a patron and help make a monthly contribution to this channel, go to patreon.com/DouglasBlock. Or you can donate right here by clicking on the little $ where it says Super Chat. Sonan Vagani, hey, your videos helped me to figure out that maybe I was depressed. I went to a professional for diagnosis. It turned out I've been depressed for over 20 years. Thank you for your video. Well, as we say, better late than never to find out. And I hope you and your therapist or your mental health professional are doing something to help you feel better. I'm a recovering perfectionist. That was a good joke. And thank you, Ellen. Sonia is wonderful, says Renee McCoy. Thank you. Suicide is devastating, especially people that stay behind. Yes, that's right, Torniki. Nice to hear from you again. Yes, it is devastating to the survivors. Very devastating. I'm thinking of getting rid of my vacuum cleaner. It's only gathering dust. Yes, I've got that. I know that one. Excellent. Very nice. All right. Coinky Dink. I'm drinking hot chocolate too. Nice, nice, nice. You should definitely download the Silent Unity app. It's called YouPray. I'll take it right here. All right. I'm looking for 1 or 2 more jokes and 1 or 2 more donations. That would be great. Anyway, the app for Silent Unity is like this. UPRAY. And that is the Silent Unity. Okay, for you later writers like Anthony Olson, I have your email address. I am developing at the request of you guys a email list that will go out to all of you. Everybody's name on there has basically given permission to receive and send emails to other people who come to this station every Sunday for community and connection. And if you want your name to be on that list, please type it right here. I will take a screenshot of it and I will include it. So I know that I have Jason's. No, I don't have your email, Jason. That's funny, given how active you are. Sana, I have your email. So let me know if you want to be on the email list. What's a foot, a head, and 4 legs? What has a foot, a head, and 4 legs? A bed. That's very funny. All right. Everyone keep in touch with people. Misery loves company, of course. That's what my mother used to say to me. Uh, Thank you. Regards from India. Yes. A week off for me. Hurrah. It's awful when you have mental health issues. You're not alone, says Pamela Perry to Nirvana 1010. Did you hear about the knight who drank too much? Cirrhosis of liver. Don't get that joke, Taco. Cirrhosis? Sir. You mean cirrhosis of liver? All right. What dose did you start Zoloft on, says Rachel? I was given 50 milligrams, maybe anxious and nauseous, couldn't sleep, stopped it now after 5 days. Yeah, that often happens with these SSRIs. Again, talk to your prescriber. All right, again, announcement. This book is being serialized starting this Saturday, 1 chapter a week. And for those of you who have not been here, this is my first new website in basically a decade. I started one called Healing from Depression 2000, Affirmations Healing 2010, and now Surviving Suicidal Pain. I basically start a new website every year. So if you live another 20 years, there should be 2 new websites coming down the pike. All right, questions, comments from the Peanut Gallery. And there's Anthony Olson, who wants to be added to the email list. He's been an active member of this station for who knows, a long, long time. And what about you, Susan Jones? You want to be on the email list? Let's get Peter Shields' email. And yeah, we got Anthony also. Very, very cool. Okay, moving right along. It is now exactly halfway through. You know, it takes a lot of energy to talk for 1 hour and pay attention to everybody and answer all your questions. So, you know, you should all, I don't know what you should do, but anyway, I'm glad to do it. Knock, knock, who's there? Cashew, no thanks you, but I'll take a peanut if you have one. A dad joke. I'm glad you're starting therapy, son Ismail. That's good for you. Excellent. I used to sell helium, but it was tough holding that job down. Very good. Jason, I like it. Douglas. Hello, Douglas. You good man. You real good. Oh. No, that's for Jason C. Come on. Don't take credit for Jason C.'s positive affirmation. How is Noah doing? Will not answer any of my texts. That's how he's doing. Or phone calls. He must still be in residential treatment. All right. I've been here for 2.5 years. Anxiety and depression are better now, but it's still lingering, has slowed my mind. Yeah, those are hard to get rid of. They're basically chronic conditions, but you can manage them. I struggle with oilworms, so I'm going to say no. That's fine, Susan. You know, you don't want any more stimulation than you can handle. I understand very much. Can you heal without medication? Yes, in some cases, especially if you have dysthymia, a low-grade depression, exercise and psychotherapy. But the best thing to do is A, get a diagnosis and speak to a professional. New drugs have to list akathisia as a possible side effect. Good for you, Taco Plaza. Taco Platter. I'm glad they're doing that. Well, I printed out. Oh, here I did. Live chat jokes right here. I've got 17 pages of them. All right. What does the ice cream man do when his truck breaks down? He puts cones out. What's the best thing about Switzerland? I don't know, but the flag is a big plus. And my wife told me I had to stop acting like a flamingo, so I had to put my foot down. I like that. All right. And someone with a tent just gave, could that be our famous Back from the Brink personality? Could that be Richard Farrell? It is. Nice to see you. I can recognize your photo. What do you think of the nice weather we're having, Richard? Thank you for your $5 contribution. In case you didn't realize it, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I did an interview with Robert called Back from the Brink. Richard, excuse me. It was called Back from the Brink. And it broke the record for having 2,000 views just in the first 2 days. So Richard is a passionate, recovering depressive. You should definitely watch that interview I did with him. You will be inspired and uplifted if you watch that video. Hey, Lazy Eye Ranch is here. How do you get my brain to stop lying to me and catastrophizing all the time? Well, I don't know if you can get it to stop, but you can certainly control how you respond to it by just saying cancel, cancel, and use a lot of the techniques that mental health professionals talk about, including my technique back to the present. Catastrophic thought, you say first, cancel, cancel. Next thing you say, this catastrophic thought is about the future. The future has yet to occur. It cannot hurt me in the present. Step 3 is you put your feet on the ground, take a deep breath, look around the room, notice where you are, ground yourself, and then say a positive affirmation like I am safe and protected, or get up, distract yourself, make a call, go for a walk, a run. It just completely shift your focus away from that negative thought. That's all these things are thoughts. Catastrophic thoughts are only thoughts. You don't have to pay attention, and you certainly don't have to believe them, but it's tough. It's a spiritual practice to go ahead and to go on and continue to basically refute catastrophic thoughts and substitute something better. And boy, do I like the yellow in this room, especially during the sunshine. Darn, I can see the chat, but I can't get the video. Glenn Clemson, haven't seen you before. Good calming music, medleys and prayer on YouTube. Look up Darrell Walls. He has lots of prayer and worship melodies that are excellent. Well, thank you. That seems like a wonderful, wonderful suggestion. Thank you, Gwen. So scared that I have silent strokes and that I got to know about a silent stroke's existence. Probably not, but I'm always scared of having fatal diseases. Super strain, that's called health anxiety, and that's a condition that is tough. I know my godson's wife has it, and it's hard to deal with, but you can. I hope you're in therapy. You're going to see a good mental health professional. Again, just tell yourself, these are just thoughts about the future. They have no power over me. All right. 4 years separated and divorced from a 30-year relationship. Wow. Well, hopefully you're taking good care of yourself. Kelly Burns says, when stopping intrusive thoughts, I replace them with thoughts that bring me hope and joy. It's a habit that can be broken. Exactly. Annie, thanks for doing all these tips, for doing this work. Thank you. Gwen, you're more than welcome. Hey, J.K. Larson, nice to see you back. You're starting IOP tomorrow. Good luck. Intensive outpatient treatment. Huh. Well, Lisa Ranch, you can see the chat, and we can hear it. We can see you. So go ahead, just write your comments. Yeah, good idea talking to your therapist. Try to get past your mind through the meditations. Don't enlarge with thoughts just because they're there. It's really hard at first, but it does get better. Yes, thank you, Panther LD. And he says, I remember when I was super depressed and I discovered these videos. Well, thank you. Where do you come from? Or where do you live? You come from planet Earth, obviously. But I have a feeling you don't live in America. You live overseas. I don't know why I say that. J.K. Larson says, I'm really nervous about it. All I'm worried about, I won't get anything out of it. It'll be a waste of money. Well, look, I understand those fears, but also give yourself the affirmation. With help from Spirit, this intensive outpatient program is going to help me in the ways I need help. Say that to yourself over and over again. Create a positive expectation that will really, really, really help. KIC Bailey says, I was in a low place when I found DB, and now you should see me now. No, that's a joke. I would like to write a book. How did you get yours out so quickly? Which one? I've written 11 of them, Gwen. Are you talking about this book? This book is 22 years old. I self-published it. But I also have had a lot of, oh, you're from New York City, Annie? I'm from Queens. We're neighbors. You can self-publish the book, Gwen, or you can find an agent and have it sent to a publisher. Hope for Thin 65, major depression disorder. I'm not on any meds because I'm so scared of them too. But I got my stroke because I was off my heart meds. I've taken my depression to the darkest of dark times. Well, darn, if you have heart meds, please take them. And depression meds can be helpful. So especially if you start very, very slowly. Maybe you can find a good psychiatrist to talk to. My head hurts. I used to have a brilliant mind. How do I find courage to go on and go to the hospital? Look, recovery from stroke is a very, very slow process, but there are people who can help. Hopefully you're in rehab or getting some sort of occupational therapy. I mean, doctors really know about this stuff. As I said, my wife had a heart attack, and another friend of mine had a silent stroke. So there is treatment out there. Just talk to your cardiologist. Wow, you're from Long Island? Well, I actually grew up in the island program. This Roslyn Heights, New York, North Shore. Penelope Harrison, I found your videos a while after being diagnosed with a hormone imbalance disorder that causes bad mood swings. Thank you. You're more than welcome. Remember, if you want to be on the live chat email list, give your email address and we will put it on. Well, I used to be a teacher, believe it or not. I still consider myself a teacher, but one day there was a colleague of mine who was cross-eyed. She got fired because she couldn't control her pupils. That's too bad. I have a rare disorder. For no reason I yell, broccoli, cauliflower, broccoli, cauliflower. I have something called Fleuret's disease. It's kind of nice. Oh, Noah, you're all worrying about Noah. He's a really cool guy, but many years ago, Noah had an ark where he took 2 of every animal to avoid the flood. Well, where did he keep the bees? In the archive, of course. The archive. The archive. Don't you love puns? All right. All right. Someone is giving her email address. Yeah, Pamela, thank you. I'm going ahead and doing a screenshot, so you will be added later on today. No problem. Tornike, I have a feeling you're from, what do you call it, Scandinavia, with a name like that, Tornike. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. They give me free medicine for depression, but it also affects my chance to land a new job or get a driver's license. Anyone with the same issue? Why would depression, which is the #1 cause of disability in the world, why would it affect anybody from getting a driver's license? Has nothing to do with your coordination. I'm a pretty damn good driver. When I took my driver's license test, I was pretty depressed. I got all the strokes that did not show stroke, but I know I had a silent stroke. I have no wife and no kids and feel I have nothing to live for. Living is so hard. You are in a dark place. Well, I'm glad you're here. See if you can reach out for connection. See if you can, well, start with finding a good counselor and maybe being in a group like this, a live group or a virtual group. But if you don't have a stroke according to the test, how do you know you had a stroke? That's a good question. You should definitely talk to a doctor or a psychiatrist or counselor about that. Maybe you didn't have one. Maybe it's all your fear. I don't know, but you should definitely look into it. All right. Hope for Things, tranquility2000@AOL.com. That's a beautiful email address, Hope for Things. And we will definitely put you on the list. All right. Lazy Eye Ranch is commenting on meds for bipolar disorder. 41 after the hour. We have about 1/3 left to go. 20 minutes. Haven't seen a what do you call it? A donation for quite some time here. What was the last one? We had one. Wow. Where's Edward Steiner when we need him? I'm still going back. Richard Farrell gave one a while ago. And here is VC Carney. That's nice. Boy, I've got a lot of emails to add. Well, all this talking is making me hungry, so I'm going to have a bite of a banana. Oh, and again, those of you who are late, survivingsuicidalpain.com is my new website on suicide prevention. And this Saturday, we will be doing a serialization of my memoir, When Going Through Hell Don't Stop, A Survivor's Guide to Overcoming Anxiety and Clinical Depression. You know what Nietzsche said, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. Absolutely. Well, gonna turn around. Boy, I love this yellow, don't you? So much nicer on a sunny day. Hmm. Always trying to see if it should be darker, but I don't think so. Hmm. All right. What meds have helped you bipolar, says Lazy Ranch. Thank you for your 20 years, Better Shields. We can always count on you. Pamela Perry, you like the Suicidal Pain website? Well, please, please, please let people know. And by the way, if you want to subscribe to this channel, that would be great. Go to my homepage, click on the subscribe button, and right up to the right of it is a bell. If you click on that bell, you'll be notified every time we do a new video or a new live chat. So you won't have to worry about missing any of them. Panther Ltd. Understanding and accepting life's insecurities. Has massively shifted my view on things I was so scared of. That's really true. Understanding and acceptance. Boy, there's a term in Buddhism called radical acceptance. There's a great woman who wrote a book on it, whose name I'm forgetting. Who wrote Radical Acceptance? Oh, why am I blocking that name? But she's a really wonderful person, and you should definitely read her book. I'm going to look it up on my iPhone because I don't like forgetting things. Tara Brach. Tarabrach. I'll even give you her name. Hope for things. If you need to go to the hospital, you'll get taken good care of. When you mean the hospital, do you mean the psych hospital or the regular hospital? If you're being depressed or thinking you might be harming yourself, definitely go to the hospital and talk to your prescriber or your therapist. If you don't have any, then just go call them. Yes, it is Tara Brach. Panther Ltd. You're amazing. Thank you. And Pema Chodron is another great Buddhist writer. But radical acceptance. Pam is saying, hope for things, please go to the hospital. Yeah, if you're feeling unsafe, that is a good place to go. And the name of the book for the nice man who talked about how his life has changed since he's practicing acceptance. There's a wonderful book. It's a classic. She's a lovely lady. I wish I could meet her one day. Tara Brach. Yes, Anthony Nielsen, radical acceptance is part of DBT therapy, dialectical behavioral therapy. It's called mindfulness. It's helpful for me for both my anxiety and depression. Yes, actually, mindfulness is one of the core parts of DBT, and radical acceptance is part of that. So, anyone who is having trouble managing their emotions, dialectical behavioral therapy is the therapy out there that can really help. And Edward Steiner, thank you for your $20. Again, and do you have a joke to go along with it? You usually do. Let's see what you've got. What is the biggest lie in the entire universe? I've read and agreed to the terms and conditions. That is funny. Edward Steiner from California has people who sends him these jokes. And boy, they do a pretty good job. Thank you for your $20 and thank you for your new joke. I'm always looking for new jokes if I can get them. So thank you for your amazing contribution. Yes, Ollie, if you don't want to get married, you don't have to get married. No problem. Yeah. Susan Jones says, ask for help, hope for a thing, 65, but don't stop until you get it. Very, very good. We're praying for you, Hope for Thin, and if you want to basically get some prayer support, again, I'm going to say it again, silent unity. There is hope out there. There's help. Right? Can we all tell him that, or her? Silent unity is a prayer line. There is definitely hope and help out there. It is again 1-816-969-2000. Super Strain. Hope for things. I went to the psychiatric ward last year. It really helped me. Please go there and tell them you're in danger. It's the best thing you can do right now. Thank you, Super Strain. I could not have said that any better than you did. So people are saying some good things, and also there's the National Suicide Prevention Helpline. 1-800-273-8255 from all over the world. Pedar is praying for you in Jesus' name. We're praying for you. Yes, there is hope. There is help. I have been suicidal. I have been hopeless so many times in my life, but I reached out. That makes all the difference. Most of our so-called reasoning consists in finding arguments going on what we believing as we already do. That's true in many cases. Is there someone who can take you to the hospital? Really should be checked out. I'm so sorry for your brother. My uncle did that 51 years ago. Still haunts me. Yes. How about folks who live in war-torn countries? It breaks my heart and made me wish death. It's too much to bear. Can't deal with another war again. I live in Libya, by the way. Yeah. That is really, really... Where's the donate link, VC? There's a $ right in the bottom left of your screen. If you click on it, it'll tell you. Otherwise, you can send me a donation by PayPal, douglasbloch@gmail.com. Anyway, the person living in Libya, my heart goes out to you. Yeah, it's normal to feel depressed and hopeless when you're in a war. I don't know what to say except there are people who somehow find a way to survive that. Again, probably by reaching out and connecting with other people going through the same thing. Anyway, if you want to donate by PayPal, just use my email address, and you can send me anything from 1 penny to 500 euros. Oh, do they do euros in PayPal? I guess they do. All right. Any of you use PayPal, use my email address, first and last name, lowercase, @gmail.com. All right. I was taken to the mental hospital by a sheriff. I was so angry, but it saved my life. I'd run out of options. I thought I was wrong. I want to live. Exactly. If you think you want to die, you're wrong. That's your brain telling you that. We have a tremendous life force within us that strives towards survival. We have a survival instinct. All right. DTVids X20 in 10 months. 10 months episode. Right now I'm only 19. This is my first one. I think this might be called a life sentence. No, it isn't. Oh my God. I went to college when I was 18, and I had a depression that lasted for 4 years until I got out of college. But no, you 19, you are not even born yet, and no, you don't have a life sentence. That's your brain lying to you. Hello, Dad. Clive in Oregon. I'm in Netherlands, so to move next year to Netherlands, thank you well. All right. Sounds like thank you. Anyway, DT Vids, you do not have a life sentence. Your life is, your best days are yet to come. Let's tell them that, right? Guys, I'm 30 and suffered with depression my whole life. Don't give up. It will get better. Thank you, program this. I appreciate it. Best treatment for various OCD? Well, the first thing to do is to go see a therapist who specializes in it. There is cognitive behavioral therapy. There are certain medications out there. There are many treatments for OCD, and if you want to get a good book on it, you can read this book, but definitely remember to go to your doctor for OCD. Read Brain Lock by Jeffrey Schwartz. And there we have it. Elisa Mercier, my self-esteem is really low. I've been using Zoom a lot and I can't stand the way I look. It's debilitating. Any advice? Yeah, love and accept the way the way you are. Work with a therapist. I mean, you know, look, this thing is just this is like a mask. It's a persona. The real you is has nothing to do with the outside. It's what's within you. So you can tell yourself that. And you know, so you know, you are more than your outer surface. You are your heart, your personality, your spirit. So you can tell yourself that. And a lot of people have body dysmorphic disorder. They don't like the way they look or their body is. It's very common. Again, find yourself a good therapist to talk about it with, and keep affirming that you're a good person. Okay, I'm going to the hospital. I will call now. Struggling to believe in God. 12 years ago, when I injured my spine and went to 2 hospitals, and I got better. 12 years later, I got the stroke and all came back. Well, you don't know if you have a stroke. They said the test came in negative. So definitely go to the hospital if you feel like you're in danger. Program this. This is the first time watching you and I subscribed and hit the bell icon. Good for you. You'll be notified every time a new video or a live chat comes up. Hope for things 65. I'm sending energy your way. I believe in you and you're healing from the bottom of my heart. I mean, look at this. Look at the people here. They are so compassionate. Why? Because they've been through hell themselves. Anybody who comes on this live chat who's hurting, they get all the love we can give them. And who is the Canadian therapist lady? I don't know. I didn't hit that part. I didn't read that part of the thing. I read that people aren't thinking so much about their appearance during the pandemic. Yeah, they're all isolated. You take zinc pills for OCD? Interesting. Doug is right about being through hell. Yes, when going through hell, don't stop. One of my favorite affirmations. All right, let's see what. Well, we have 78 concurrent views. We're kind of hanging right around 100, aren't we? Where can I find your streaming schedule? Oh, program this every Sunday time. Been doing this for 4 years. Here it is. Live stream every Sunday. It's like my at and there you have it. Every Sunday at 12 noon Pacific time is a live stream. All right, I'm running out of gas. We only have 6 minutes left. The lockdown made everything so hard. It's how I got so sick. I did something I never thought I would do. Corrected a mistake, then made it again. All right, hope the thing. Remember, anything you do, you can change. And even if you can't, you can still forgive yourself. Again, pain strikes the nicest people. I agree with that. So program this. Did you see my schedule? So again, hope for thing. Reach out for help. Go to the hospital if you don't feel safe. Paul Tiedemann, the greatest prescription of Ayurvedic medicine, a walk in the morning, sunshine. Keep on trucking. Yeah, well, I'm going to take a walk in the afternoon, sunshine. Maybe you need a higher dosage to try a new med. Wishing you peace and light, says Texas Angel. I don't know who. I love program. This is a name. Reading some of your comments. Glad you found to join us. Program this. Welcome. Renee McCoy, I love your hearts. How long are you doing the stream for? It goes every Sunday from 12 until 1 hour. Dale says, isn't she great? She's great, bright and upbeat. Who is great, bright and upbeat? Will someone tell me? I could always use them. All right, never give up. I'm in my first relationships as Matt Strokes and have problems being overly attached and dependent. Yeah, join the club. I'm an empath. It's a big part of my anxiety. Do you have any advice for that type of tendency? Yeah, I have it too. Just got to keep telling you, just keep loving yourself and working on yourself and trying to basically say, I'm a separate human being. You know, I have my own identity and I can be with someone without being dependent on them. Easier said than done. Probably based on early programming. Therapy, therapy, therapy. I always recommend that. Matt Carnes, Pluxetine and CBD pulled me out early this year, which is Prozac. Best wishes to everyone fighting their demons. Absolutely, and they are demons. Thank you, Matt. Elsa Mercier, I started to accept the way I look, even though it's far from perfect. Of course, no one's perfect. Realize it's okay not to be a supermodel. Of course, that's just the culture brainwashing all you gals. Is there a way to save all these thread comments? Well, yes, take a screenshot on your Macintosh or your Apple device. I take screenshots. Also, what I do is I go ahead and I hit Command A, which I basically choose them all. I hit Command C, copy, and then I go to a new document and hit Command V. Yes, every week I go ahead and copy and save these things just to make sure I've answered questions. Then of course I put them in the trash. I mean, who needs? You don't want to keep track of these things like 52 of them. Yeah, Pamela, we're definitely adding you to the email list. I've already got it, so thank you. All right, what am I going to do in the last 2 minutes? Email, so a great idea, Doug. When will you be sending this list out? I've been through a real tough time, so I'll give you some support. Well, I don't have your email address, David Lim. You may want to give it to me. When does it start? Enrique notices Lagai. I tell you, it's 12 noon. Click on the bell next to the subscribe button and you'll get the notices every Sunday at 12. Every Sunday at 12 Pacific time. I'll write it down again. Every Sunday at noon. All right. Well, Marina Brackyarn, give me your email address. david.lim@gmail.com. I can deal with that. All right, 1 minute left. UK time, 8 p.m. Thank you, inspiring words. All right, do I know about the country India? Yeah, it's a cool country. All right, 2 more jokes. How do Vikings talk to each other? You know, they've been around for so long. Well, Vikings use Norse code. Whoops. Marina, I got to get your email address. Hold on. I know I have it, but I'm going to get it anyway. All right, so how do Vikings talk to each other? They use Norse code. What do you call a baby monkey? A chimp off the old block. And finally, how do you make an egg roll? You push it. And last but not least, I had to get a loan to pay for an exorcism. They said if I didn't pay it back on time, I'd be repossessed. I'd get repossessed. This is the best joke of all. I had to get a loan to pay for an exorcism. They said if I didn't pay it back on time, I would get repossessed. Amazing pun. By the way, an exorcism is where you drive out demons, as Peter Shields knows. It looks like you've got 2 email addresses, Maria Blackyarn. Which is the correct one? All right, live chatters. I am tired. I am hungry. I'm antsy. It is 1 p.m. I've been with you guys for a delightful hour at noon. I'm glad we have some new people coming here. It's wonderful. Remember to pray for Shirley Kay and also pray for our new person, Hope for Thin 65. He's in a crisis. You know, that's what we're here for, to help people who are in crisis, give them the confidence and the encouragement that they can get better. And again, if you are feeling in danger, please either call your therapist, call the National Suicide Prevention Helpline, or go to the hospital. Yes. Nirvana 1010, I don't want to live like this anymore, cry daily from excruciating pain. Well, what type of pain is it? If it's psychiatric pain, I have a page on my suicide prevention website called Bearing the Unbearable Pain. If it's physical pain, then you go to a pain specialist, but there's always help. Love to you. Giselle Allegrini from Canada. You're a lovely Italian name. Do I have your email address if you want to be on the email list? Inspiring words. Love your name. Wishing everybody peace and love. So I'm going to sign off now. Thank you, Lagai. You're a sweetheart too. Dhruv Gautam. Nice to see you again. Anyway, so I'm signing off, but you've got 10 minutes to go ahead and chat with each other. If you want to leave your email address, is fine. If you want to make a donation, fine. Hit the super chat button, and I think I am going to sign off. So until we meet again, which is next Sunday at noon, that'll be December 6th. Where did this year go? This COVID year, this horrible 2020, and somehow it went. You know, it's what Woody Allen said. Life is horrible and miserable, but it all passes much too quickly. That's what I say about 2020. Someone said 2020 is like walking across the street looking both ways and then you get hit by an airplane. All right. So Beth has put out her email address. Hope for Thin is putting out his or her email address. Whoopsie daisy. Lisa's putting out her email address. All these email addresses coming at the last minute. Well, that's great. And $5 at the 11th hour by Danny Olson. Yes, I love your name, Danny. My grandfather's named Dan, and so is my nephew. Prayers for Shirley. Bye, everybody. Until we meet again, I wish you the best in your mental health recovery. See you next week.